Good evening, everyone. A little surprise live up here at the State House. Let's see who pops on here tonight. Coming to you from outside the State House. I mentioned to somebody that I was going to do a live and that I was going to do it outside the State House. Don't mind my hair, it's going to blow like crazy. It's kind of a wind tunnel down here. I said I was going to do a live, hey Andrea, outside the State House, and they said, it's so cold. I said, but it's 43 today. And now it's down to 39, but it still feels pretty warm to me. I've been really looking forward to warmer temperatures. So I am coming to you live here outside the State House where I've been today. We had Judiciary Committee, and all day today was discussion of the budget. Hey, Mom. And the biennial budget and the judiciary piece of it. So talking about the Attorney General and finishing up the judiciary branch budget and some other pieces. And so that's what we were doing all day today. But tomorrow, guys, we are going back to the Civic Center. Tomorrow, the full legislature is going to be in session all together, as I'm sure many of you have heard. So the Senate will be meeting, the House will be meeting, and so we won't be here at the State House, but we will be all here in Augusta and all meeting. And there are a number of reasons that we're meeting. The reason that's calling us to all meet is that we have to pass the biennial budget. So that is the issue that we've been hearing about, and as far as I have heard, we have been able to get full conformity to the federal tax standards for the PPP loans, which was the big piece that we, the Republicans, were looking for. We wanted full conformity to more than just the PPP, but that's a big deal for Maine business owners. So that was a really, really important piece. Hey Ray, hey Mark. So that is what we're doing. We're meeting tomorrow. We'll meet Thursday if need be to finish our business. It's going to be really great to see people in person, even with the just, weird, not quite normal layout and all that. But it would be really nice to see people in person. I've connected with a lot of folks on my side of the aisle and the other side of the aisle to co-sponsor a lot of my bills. And so I've chatted on the phone and emailed back and forth with people, and it will be really nice to see them in person and to actually say hello in person instead of just on the telephone or on email. So that will be great. There is a House calendar that has been put out with the agenda for tomorrow, and it is 268 pages long. So I have at least skimmed every single page. It is largely documents that have come out previously in email. So referring bills to committee, because when there are as many bills as there are this session, they all have to be referred to their appropriate committee. So that a bill having to do with taxes goes to taxation, and that a bill having to do with healthcare goes likely to HHS. So these bills have all been referred already, and we've gotten those emails, but this calendar lists that all out, and that will all be part of the day tomorrow. So the calendar also has all of the appointments, appointments to the judiciary and other organizations here in Maine, and so that's all part of the calendar as well. Hi, Jason. Jason brings up a very good point. So, Jason, that is the primary reason that I am getting on here tonight, is that on March 15th, it will be a year from to the day since the governor declared an emergency. And tomorrow on the agenda for the legislature is a joint resolution that Representative Lyford put forward several months ago, and that we have not had the opportunity to address because we have not been in person since swearing in, and it was not addressed then. So we haven't been able to address it. But the joint resolution is that the governor's state of emergency is ended. So that is what we'll be voting on tomorrow, is to end the state of emergency that the governor declared almost a year ago. And, there are folks out there that think that we still need the governor's declared state of emergency, but I can tell you, the legislature is fully equipped to handle, and, internet's in and out. So those issues should be coming through the legislature. And by voting for the joint resolution, which I will be voting for, we can look to restore those checks and balances. These issues should be coming through the legislature. We should be hearing from Maine people on these issues, and the only way to do that is to hold public hearings and have Maine people weigh in on these issues. So that is a huge part of what I see as being extremely important for tomorrow. But this is not just the legislature's job, and I do want to emphasize that. If you have been on Facebook saying that the state of emergency needs to end, and you have not emailed your legislators and the presiding officers and tell them that, you need to do that tonight, because the folks who are in the majority have the power here on this. And if they don't hear from their constituents and fear for their job, they will not vote for it. So I do appreciate that it is the legislature's job to vote on this issue, but it is also the job of the Maine people to make sure that their legislators hear from them. So Sue, who do we email? On the legislature.maine.gov website, you can look up your legislator. I will put the link in the comments, and you can look up your legislator by town. I totally understand that feeling, Jason, but the constituents still need to speak up, whether they think that the Democrats are listening or not. It's incredibly important that the Maine people speak up, and it makes it hard for me to do my job, which I absolutely am going to do tomorrow. I'm going to vote for the resolution if we don't have enough people to vote for it. And you know what? I think maybe some Democrats in districts that lean a little more Republican than others might vote for it if they feel the pressure from their constituents. So legislature.maine.gov is the website. And I would encourage you to look up your legislators. I will put the link in the comments. But it's time for the legislature to be handling this issue. We have had over the amount of time that should have been in one person's hands. And, we need to vote to pass the joint resolution and for the legislature to do our job. That's the bottom line. We need to be doing our job. So Maine people have to have their voices heard. I feel that very strongly. And in order for that to happen, we have to pass this joint resolution. So that is tomorrow. I have been getting emails. I will tell you, I've been getting emails saying,